Happy holidays, everyone, and welcome to another installment of BackYardBend's Live on Location. This evening, we bring you legendary Northwest recording artist John Shipe, who has some beautifully cultivated roots right here in Bend, Oregon. He will be joined by Kris Arnold from 92.9 FM in partnership with her Highway 97 local music show. John is also going to play some tracks from his new album, The Beast Is Back, as well some other favorites. The next hour is sure to deliver some holiday gratitude in the form of incredible song, conversation, and energy.
I come by it naturally, this thing that was born in me, the frozen severity that makes you turn away from me. I seldom smile, I never laugh, I promise to cut you in size by half if you open your mouth to say what I know you're thinking. Love, love, love belongs to everyone. Love belongs to everyone. I can feel your eyes, I can burn right back, never losing track as you back away. I can thrill you, maybe kill you, and still you wouldn't bother to learn my name. I've got a secret strength to stop this world from spinning, but I'm hiding my light till the time is right and the underdog starts winning. Love, love, love belongs to everyone. Love belongs to everyone. Love, love, love belongs to everyone. Love belongs to everyone. I won't be played for a fool. I stick to no golden rule. I can bend the forces that guide you, maybe put my hurt inside you. I'll drop you cold like a stone if you don't wanna be my friend. But I could show you the primal dream with a beautiful twist at the end. Love, love, love belongs to everyone.
Good evening and welcome to Live on Location on Backyard Bend. It's brought to you by Northwest Community Credit Union. My name is Chris and I'm from 92.9 FM. You all might know me from Highway 97. That's our local music show. Tonight on Live on Location, we're taking a bit of a regional flair with Eugene-based artist John Shipe. John, welcome.
Thank you very much.
Really great to have you. Before we get started, I wanted to mention that if you have a question for John, you can text it. The phone number is going to be on the screen, and we'll ask John your question a little bit later on in the program. So John Shipe's new album is The Beast Is Back, and it came out in the fall. And before we kind of jump into you playing songs from it and talking about it, John, I wanted to ask you a little bit about your background. You've been playing music now for over 25 years. Can you give us a little synopsis on your career?
Yeah, a quarter century at least, as I remember it, in the golden age of jam bands in Eugene, Oregon. And I probably was in about 5 or 6 of them for short periods of time. But one of them, we had a record and we toured real hard for a half a decade. That was called the Renegade Saints. And in the late 90s, around the turn of the century, I went solo, put out my own first solo album called Sudden and Merciless Joy. And I kind of rocked it up with my own lineups for another decade. But I really have settled into more of an Americana acoustic feel as I've gotten kind of worn out from all those years. Yeah, so I have like a dozen albums and just been pushing out music for a long time and playing with a lot of people here in Oregon. A lot of ties to Central Oregon here with Bend and Sisters and Prineville. A lot of great musicians here in Bend.
Oh yeah.
It's pretty saturated here with fine music, and I got some friends in town that have brought me here.
Right on. And again, your new solo album, The Beast Is Back, just out. It's a double album with 18 songs, and it seems like a lot of bands and artists these days are just content to drop a single here, a single there. What was the impetus for your creative explosion and releasing a double album?
Yeah, my producer sort of pushed that idea. That's the kind of thing that usually people have to talk me out of. I like to put out albums with a lot of songs on them, and this time I was going to be, a little more tasteful, I guess, with the length. But he said that we needed more music on it to kind of be able to tie together the diversity.
Oh yeah, you have a little bit of all influences on the album for sure, and it ebbs and flows so beautifully.
Thank you.
My favorite song on the album, I'll jump into that now, and it's funny that you said this, you were saying earlier that you weren't going to say a ton about it, but Love Ain't Easy is my favorite song on the album. I just think it's so beautiful, and there's gorgeous pedal steel playing on it, and the backup singer, she's amazing.
That's Haley Loren.
Oh my gosh,
lives in Eugene.
Her voice is incredible. It's called Love Ain't Easy. It's so pretty. And can you before you play it, can you tell me a little bit about the players in your band, especially on this song in particular?
Well, the main guy is my longtime bass player, Jerry Abelin. Jerry Groove, we used to call him. He played upright bass mostly on this. He's toured with me for, she's almost 19 years he was with me. So he and I have been working out the music together quite a bit. The other bandmates for this album are Oregon musicians that we kind of hired. Brian Dast is the fellow who did the pedal steel on this particular song.
So good.
He is a huge asset to the album. One of my oldest and closest friends is a fellow named Mike Walker, who was in the Renegade Saints with me back in the days touring. He put a lot of muscle into this album. His playing on the album really beefed the whole thing up and kind of pushed the thing from intimate acoustic music into something a little bit more powerful. So I would love to play with those guys live anytime.
Well,
we could do it again.
We want to see you play with them live too.
Yeah.
But
Thanks.
with that said, we have you here tonight, so let's open with your first song, Love Ain't Easy. It's John Shipe.
Thank you, Kris. I can't believe we made it through. I'm still here, and I'm looking at you. And all along, nobody knew just how hard it was and all the work we had to do. 'Cause love easy. Sometimes love is the last thing you want to happen to you. Oh, love ain't easy, but I'm so glad that I love you. But I gotta admit that I had my doubts. I was sizing up all the things I thought I'd have to live without. But every time I hear any of your sweet voice, you tell me, baby, it's gonna be worth it. And anyway, we got no choice. 'Cause love ain't easy. You give it all you got, there might be nothing left of you. Oh, love, love, love ain't easy, but I'm so glad I love you. And I feel sorry for the man I used to be, but I wouldn't even know him if I met him on the street. And that poor girl who was crying at his feet, how did she get the nerve to be so sweet? So damn sweet. So here's my heart, why don't you take my hand, and I'll provide for you a softer place to land. From here on out, we just go gliding past all the things that used to scare us, baby. Come on and hold on fast, 'cause love ain't easy. Just ask anyone who's been there what it takes to keep love true. Ooh, love, 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 love ain't easy, but I'm so glad that I love you. Yeah, I'm so glad that I love you. I'm so glad. Yeah, I'm so glad. Baby, baby, I'm so glad. That I love you.
That was beautiful.
Thank you.
Love Ain't Easy. It's John Shipe, live on location. So there's a line in that song that I wanted to ask you about, John. It's, I feel so sorry for the man that I used to be. Do you live with regrets, or do you live your life each day and just let the past be? Based on that line, I guess.
You know, there's always room for new understandings, and it seems like when you really find yourself in a place that's really good, yeah, you do kind of look back and you wonder why you couldn't have it before, and you sort of, if you're honest with yourself, you do find out why you couldn't have it before.
Yeah.
And that's definitely part of what that song's about. Mm-hmm.
It's such a gorgeous song.
Thank you. It's a Valentine's Day song.
It is?
I actually wrote it for Valentine's Day several years back.
Oh, it's beautiful. So I was saying it's my favorite song on the album. Do you have a favorite song on the album?
I do. I'm going to play that later on.
Okay.
Yeah, it's that one is called J. Edgar Hoover.
Oh, that's fun.
Thanks. It's on the second disc. It's probably one of the more optimistic tunes on the album.
Yeah, your album definitely, as I was saying earlier, ebbs and flows, and it's very emotional, and there's some heavy songs on there, and Thoughts and Prayers is one of them. It's highly charged, highly emotional. So I just wanted you to talk a little bit about that song, Thoughts and Prayers.
This song I wrote at the height of the mass shootings, particularly the school shootings. I'd never intended this to be a song I would record and release. I was moved to write it, and I posted it myself, just singing it in my hallway at my house. Some people heard it, and it meant something to them. Some people who are active on the issue of to it, firearms in schools, and they said, why don't you move on this song? And it's one of those things where you do something honest and for the right reasons, it kind of takes on a life of its own. And Tyler, the producer, he really took a hold of it and turned it into something on the album kind of epic. He got all the emotion out of it, and I'm going to try to do it justice with an acoustic version. I normally play this on piano, but I think I can render it on the guitar as best I can. Send me your thoughts, send me your prayers. Come on, let me really have it. Let me know how much you care. You don't have to lift a finger, all your efforts spare. Just send your thoughts and say your prayers. How is the family? How's your career? Did you take them to the islands this year? Did you get that big promotion? Yes, I'm glad to hear that I'm in your thoughts and in your prayers. I was in the news today, I think you saw. And I don't mean to disturb you, but it's worth the call. They came in wearing trench coats, I was backed against the wall. If it weren't for all the chaos, they might have killed us all. Send me your prayers, send me your thoughts, and tell me once again this was the will of God, that it happens for a reason, whether we know it or not. Send me your prayers, send me your thoughts. Write me an email, send me a text. Make sure you comment on my page about the men we should elect. My friends were here 1 minute, gone the next, and I still can't figure out what higher truth it all reflects. Send me your thoughts, send me your prayers. Give me someone else to take on Send me your thoughts, send me your prayers, send me your thoughts, send me your prayers.
Gorgeous.
Thank you.
It's John Shipe live on location on Backyard Bend. It's brought to you by Northwest Community Credit Union. We're listening to songs from John's new album, The Beast Is Back. So, John, about that song, you know, written about something horrendous like mass shootings. When you write a song like that, is it cathartic? Do you feel better? That you got your feelings down on paper? How do you feel after writing something so serious?
Yeah, you know, the truth is it takes a lot out of you. If you want to do a good job, you kind of have a responsibility to go as far into the subject matter as possible. And if you really want to get at it, you kind of have to inhabit a character. And
hence the first person a little bit in the song,
yeah,
right?
And I know someone who has gone through that.
Oh.
So it certainly is, it's a big thing, yeah. And the songs that I have written that have that kind of weight and end up being sort of out there sort of for the purposes of drawing attention to the issue, I allow people to borrow my music about these kinds of things if they have an issue to work on out there in public. You know, I'm kind of beating around the bush here, but there is a group for responsible guns and firearm legislation, and I'm with them. I have solidarity with them. I guess can I go ahead and say it?
Absolutely.
They're called Moms Demand Action.
Yep.
And yeah, like I said, I didn't really do this with the intention of adding to my body of work. I just did it for the purpose of having the experience and sharing it, and hoping other people would pay attention, you know. And it often turns out that those kinds of pieces of art end up actually having a life in your body of work that you didn't expect. And that's happened to me a handful of times. And it's kind of taught me the lesson that you do something for the right reasons, the results are usually pretty good.
I don't even know what to say after that. I mean, just a little teared up.
Well, thank you for asking.
I'm glad to. Has Moms Demand Action used that song for anything?
Not specifically. It's not on their website, but they've asked me to perform at events.
Well,
yeah.
It's a really beautiful song.
You might say it's sort of a bonding song.
Yeah.
You know, when a lot of people are listening to the same song about something they care about, that's the power of it.
Yep. Your vocal on that song, we were talking off camera about some of the bands that John listens to and some of his influences, and I was saying that when I was listening to his album, I think he sounds a little bit like Glenn Hansard from The Frames, and that song in particular, I think you sound it's a great thing because you both are really gorgeous vocalists. So I hear it on that song for sure.
That's good company. Thank you.
For sure. What musicians are you influenced by? What'd you grow up listening to?
Well, I was pretty much a suburban kid who listened to what was on the radio, and often, as terrific as that music was, you know, I'm thinking about, you know, when I was a kid, it was Peter Frampton and Pink Floyd. All
good stuff.
Yeah, great stuff. But when I started writing songs, I became more interested in the Americana great songwriters. I'd have to say that lyrically, Paul Simon is my guy. Yeah, I don't know. It's so, you know, at this far into your career, you've had so many stretches of different influences.
Yeah.
And eventually you start, you know, just borrowing from your students.
That's okay too. That's okay too.
Yeah.
Did your parents, were they musicians, or was there music in your family?
Well, my aunts and uncles I have an extended family that's sort of mostly out of Missouri, and my aunts and uncles were extremely beautiful folk, a lot of church music.
Oh, wow.
You know, I didn't realize how much they influenced me until recently, because when I was sitting around at the family reunions, listening to them play and sing, I didn't realize I was going to become a musician one day. And the older I get, the more I hear them in my heart and in my blood.
That's pretty amazing. Family can do that to you, can't they?
Yes, especially now. You know,
Well, we can't see them, right?
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep. The album, The Beast is Back, you open it with a song called Song About Singing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always curious about artists and how they order the songs on the albums, and I was just wondering, like, what was your thought about opening with this song?
Wow, it's kind of an anthem, in as much as a semi-acoustic Americana folkish tune can be an anthem. It just felt right. You know.
What's it an anthem about?
Well, I wrote the song because I felt like I needed to kind of kick myself from being too serious about my music all the time. Always going in too deep, always making every song. You know, my friend Mike, who I was mentioning before, he used to say, you don't have to write the Bible every time you write a song, you're just writing a song. And so I thought to myself, maybe I just need to write a song about singing and dancing, you know, the kind of songs I used to make fun of when I was a kid. And so the song is about all the effort you make as an artist, as a person fighting the good fight, whatever issues you're battling. And but every once in a while, you got to just stop and say, it's time to sing and dance. My producer, Tyler, he likes to call this genre hobo rock because it is so anthemic, but we still use banjos and steel guitars and such.
Well, let's hear it.
All right. Do you mind if I open it with a little, with a prelude?
I don't mind at all. You do what's in your heart.
All right. Leonard Cohen, little Leonard Cohen prelude.
By all means.
I heard there was a secret chord that David played and it pleased the Lord, but you don't really care for music, do ya? It goes like this, the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall and the major lift, and the baffled king composing hallelujah. I done my share of flirting with danger, proving that I care, squaring off with strangers. I took the risk when I raised my fist. My bruises show I've taken some blows. I carried a torch for saving the world. I marched through the square with my flag unfurled, and I raised my voice. I made a terrible noise. I broke the law till my world turned raw. I sang my song about justice. I sang my song about grace and sin. I learned a thing or two about what trust is. Just big words nobody heard. No one wants to know where I've been. So I'm gonna sing a song about singing, gonna dance to a song about dancing. I'm gonna make love to a song about making love. And it's alright, dance to a song about dancing, sing a song about singing along. There'll be plenty of time for fighting to a fight song. Now I'm chiseling away at the chip on my shoulder, heavier and heavier as I get older, and I can't relax as I grind my axe and my spirit caves to a tunnel of cliches. If any good comes my way, I will try to pay it forward, but when I show up, the bar gets lowered. I will leave this place better than I found it, but there's no way around just want to drown it. I gave my untitled sermon, preaching to the choir of 1,000 strong. I cooked when the fire was burning. At the end of the year, it all disappears in an ocean of nothing. So I'm gonna sing a song about singing, gonna dance to a song about dancing. I'm gonna make love to a song about making love. It's alright, dance to a song about dancing. Sing a song about singing along. There'll be plenty of time for fighting to a fight song. I'll sing a song about climbing that hill to get a closer howl at the moon. But it's lonely up there in the bitter thin air. Something's got to give soon. Tears in the rain, breath in a hurricane. I gotta get myself in tune. So I'm gonna sing a song about singing, gonna dance to a song about dancing. I'm gonna make love to a song about making love. It's alright, whoa, it's alright. Dance to a song about dancing. Sing a song about singing along. There'll be plenty of time for fighting to a fight song.
John Shipe with Song About Singing from his new album, The Beast Is Back. It's live on location on BackYardBend. So you kind of started with a little bit of Leonard Cohen, Hallelujah, at the beginning of that, and I was thinking about Leonard as you were playing a little bit, and I always have considered Leonard a poet first and a songwriter, musician second, and just maybe think if you feel like you're a poet too.
You know, that's what I went to school for. At the U of O, the University of Oregon in Eugene, go Ducks. About that time, I kind of distracted myself with songwriting, and so I didn't end up, going on and becoming an MFA in creative writing. They're two different crafts: straight songwriting and straight poetry. But you can blend them, and Leonard Cohen is kind of my model for being able to kind of find that synthesis of poetry as written on the paper and songwriting. I love the craft of songwriting, the verse, chorus, bridge, verse, chorus, and keeping it simple and keeping it concise and to the point. But I do have that Leonard Cohen itch to follow the associations in the stratosphere or go deep into the center. It's that's some of that artist.
That's okay.
Artist babble, the psychobabble of the artist. But yes, Leonard Cohen is one of my heroes for that kind of writing, and Paul Simon too. Although Paul Simon is a little bit more known for solid craft of songwriting.
Yeah, my dad was a huge Paul Simon fan, so I can appreciate that. So times are obviously weird and challenging. We were talking about our families before we started the program, and I was just thinking, is there something that you do every day to make the day more manageable in your life? Do you write songs every day? Do you meditate?
I do have a practice of, before I do anything, having a cup of coffee and just writing. 3 pages, if I can. It's funny though, the routine of COVID and being isolated has kind of driven me a little bit away from that and more towards binging Netflix at night.
Just like us all.
Yeah, it's been easy to get lazy about things, but yeah, I do always feel better if I'm writing, not with the intention of coming up with a song, but just to do it.
It's funny, when I was preparing for our interview, I like to write too, but I haven't done it in a long time. I just decided to just write down every question that popped into my head, and I wrote for a good 20 minutes, and I felt so good after that. You must feel so good after writing.
I do, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't really know what else to say about it except centered, grounded,
yeah,
kind of ready to take on the day.
Yeah, for sure. I felt I'm going to have to write, like you were just saying. I'm just going to have to write some more because I felt really good after doing that.
It's something that comes easier to me than meditation.
Yeah, I can't meditate either.
I wanted to be the kind of person who could meditate, but it just...
No, me either. My brain just goes and I can't quiet my brain ever.
Yeah.
So I'm right there with you.
I have a feeling we're going to get approached by people who think they can help us with that.
Oh my gosh. You could throw a rock and bend and somebody will try and do that for you. So you have a new song that you just released right around Thanksgiving. And it's on your Bandcamp page. You describe this song, and I'm going to quote you, as a, quote, humble response to Black Lives Matter and the seemingly unending racial struggles in our country. And the song is called A Song About This. And I just wondered if you could expound on that quote a little bit and how this song came about and your experiences in Eugene with the protests and whatnot.
Yeah, the issue moves me greatly, and I'm pretty passionate in my conviction about it and where I stand. And I felt that it was just impossible to continue on with pushing in a music career, pushing my music business and promoting myself without pausing to acknowledge it in some way. And of course, that raises all sorts of questions. What is your role as a white male songwriter my age? But I just thought, well, I got to do something. I'm going to go into my garage and write down what I feel and see what happens. And this is another song, very much like Thoughts and Prayers, that without me really hoping for it to get legs out there, it did, because it resonates with some people. And so this song, I've decided to give all the proceeds to the NAACP, the Eugene, Oregon's local chapter. Hopefully it helps. If it won't help in material resources, it can help spiritually, I believe. It helps me and some people that I know, my colleagues. It's another one I really wish I could play with a band. Get a band behind it.
Well, maybe another time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Next show. We'll do the whole thing.
Yeah.
Next show.
I would like to say that the production on this is the responsibility of, or the credit to my friend Aaron Ebbage and Tyler, who also produced The Beast Is Back. I want to say they teamed up on it, but they actually worked separately. And so the result is like the two of them working separately, kind of coming at it. They actually kind of had two different visions for the song, and I would like to assure them that the two visions are now a third vision that I'm very happy with. Aaron Ebbage has been a long-time producer for me on my other albums. He produced Villain in 2010.
Well, without
right.
further ado, let's hear it.
I can write a song about anything. Got 1,000 ideas on my list. Work songs, travel songs, love songs with a twist. I can't write a song about this. I can't write a song about this. They're tearing down the statues in the square, getting dragged across the concrete by their hair, singing I can't breathe through their masks. You know you're down to your last when one breath is all you ask. I write the songs about broken things, broken hearts, broken promises, and broken dreams. But I never thought I'd have to write a song about my broken country. They look a lot like the people I have seen. My heroes at the ballpark, my idols on the stage and screen. I think about the souls I always took for granted while I feasted on the strange fruit trees we planted long ago, centuries ago. Yeah, I I can write a song about anything. The sunlight shining through the mist, the light in my lover's eyes just before we kiss. But I can't write a song about this. No, I can't write a song about this. I sing praises to the working man in factory and farm. My blues was never meant to cause no harm. But the voice will surely rise to the sound of the alarm when there's a stranger bleeding in your arms. I can write a song about anything. My head in the cosmos and my feet on the ground. If I seen it, I know it. In my music, I will show it. But please don't ask me to put these things down in my songbook now. Don't ask me. I never pointed my guitar like a gavel or a gun, but that was some kid's father, some loving mother's son. No, this wasn't part of the bargain when I followed my bliss. No, I can't write a song about this. No, I can't write a song about this. I can write a song about anything. I can write a song about anything. I can write a song about anything, but I can't write a song about this.
John Shipe, a brand new song that was just released right around Thanksgiving, a song about this, and they can get that on your Bandcamp page?
Bandcamp, it's streaming all over the place too, but Bandcamp is the place to go if you want to make sure there's a nice donation to the NAACP.
So that leads us into one of our audience questions. Somebody was asking how they can get your music. Is it just Bandcamp, or are there more places where they can go?
Bandcamp is my favorite, but it streams on all the, out there in the Digi-sphere, the Spotify, Apple iTunes, Amazon, the rest of them.
Also, did you see?
Music?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I have a website, johnshipemusic.com.
johnshipemusic.com. Also, I was going to say that, did you see that Bandcamp announced that on the first Friday through May, they're going to donate all of the proceeds again to the artists without taking their cut of it, which I think is pretty incredible that they've been doing that.
Yeah, and that's a good little extra chunk too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah, so they're not doing it in January, but the first Friday in February, if you want to buy some of John's songs, that would be a great time to do it because he'll get all of the money for it and none of it will go to Bandcamp. So.
And in February, you can get that Valentine's Day song.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
My favorite song. One other question from the audience before we go to our commercial break is, what was the last live event you played?
That was Bend Roots. Well, I think I may have squeezed in a bar gig up in Portland, Dublin Pub. I'm not sure the timeline. It's been so long, but the last event that was kind of big and memorable was Bend Roots right here in Bend. I got to do a shout out to Mark Ransom. Everybody here in Bend knows him.
Yep.
He's the hardest working person in any business, and he's been bringing me out to the Bend Roots Festival year after year, and he hooked me up with you folks. You know.
I think you told me you've done 10 Bend Roots festivals. Is that right?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I think it's been 10 years. Yeah.
10 years.
Let's call it 10.
We'll call it 10. Nice. All right. Well, we are listening to John Shipe, and it's live on location on BackYardBend. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and then John's going to come back and just play a whole set of music. And thank you so much to Northwest Community Credit Union for sponsoring everything. And a quick break, and then we'll come back with more music from John. Thank you, John.
Thank you, Chris.
25% of the country's llamas live in this state. At Northwest Community Credit Union, we appreciate the uncommon people, places, and events that make Oregon uncommonly great. Join the credit union that believes in uncommon and believes in you.
Okay, John, we are back live.
So I'd like to play one of my optimistic songs. This is a thing called Some Hidden Things. It's off the Villain album, produced by Aaron Ebbage. You didn't like my version of you. You couldn't relate to the picture I drew. You said it doesn't ring true. You threw it away and then you called me a such and such. You say there are some things we shouldn't touch, but you protest too much. Some hidden things might be easy than the crap we live with day after day. What I really mean, what scares you most, just might bring on the light of day. It's what you finally need at last to help you forget about the past. Some hidden things, some hidden things, some hidden things. You say that I don't know you very well. So bring me inside, walk me around your shell. You've got some secrets to tell. I know you do, I know you do. My style is firm, but my load is light. And baby, I can take it even if you bite. My star is burning bright. Ooh, so bright. I'm on your dark side, and I will tell the truth no matter what you do. What I'm trying to say is that it's not so dark, it ain't so hard, we're gonna see things through. Oh yes we are, it's what you finally need at last to help you forget about the past. Some hidden things, some hidden things, some hidden things. Ooh. You didn't like my version of you. There's applause, pantomimed applause. I'm going to play another optimistic song in a row. The songs we were playing and talking about before are pretty heady and can get you in kind of a heavy headspace. So.
Hey, John. Katie from Eugene says that your mask is bumping your vocal line. We're going to fix it real quick.
Katie from Eugene.
Yeah.
She's your lady and you'll get a chuckle out of it.
That's my producer. Thanks, Katie. Yep. Wardrobe, hair, makeup, design. So this is called J. Edgar Hoover. This is also off the new album. And it's about overcoming the damage of secrets. La, 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 la. J. Edgar Hoover had a deep, dark secret he kept until the day he died. Even the CIA couldn't leak it, that's how desperately he held it inside. You couldn't break him if you tried. And I can't help thinking the world would be better if we just let it all hang out. I can't help you if I don't know what you're feeling, so say it out loud. Say it out loud. Billie Jean King was the queen of her sport, but there was something we never knew. She took it out on some jackass on the court, the only thing that she could do. It would be years before we found out the truth. And I can't help thinking the world would be nicer if we just took it all in stride. Send up your signal and we'll see it through together. We're running out of places to hide. We're running out of places to hide. La 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 la, la la la, la la. La 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 la, la la la, la la. No more closet skeletons, no more monsters under your bed. No more stampeding elephants, no more voices in your head. No more demons dwelling in the cellar, preying on your fear and dread. No more shadows in the corner of your eye. No more memories rising from the dead. Rising from the dead. Ooh. Reverend Jimmy Swaggart was fired up for Jesus. He could preach the living hell out of a scene. But he was truly in the spirit, doing what he pleases in the back of a limousine. But in between, he was just damn mean, damn mean. I'm thinking that the world would make a lot more sense if we opened up the doors, let the sun shine in. Yes, I'm certain what's behind the curtain won't be hurting anyone. We won't be hurting, and I'm thinking that the world make a much better host if we put it into neutral and just let it coast. The burden gets lighter and the love grows brighter when you see it up close. So bring it up close. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. J. Edgar Hoover had a deep, dark secret he kept until the day he died. So you were asking which is my favorite song on the album, and it's that one, and I think it's because because it just gives me a sense of relief. So I got to change tuning for this one. It's called Yellow House. It's a title cut of an album I put out a dozen years ago. So this is a little bit annoying that I have to do this. I'm I'm shopping for a second guitar that I can have detuned, so I don't have to spend the time retuning. Like I said, this song is called Yellow House. It's a domestic song. Oh yeah, thank you. Let's just make sure this is all copacetic here. This is a true story, really. Almost a true story. My full name is Jonathan Krause. I live in a yellow house with my wife, 6 feet tall. She bumps her head coming out of the hall. All my neighbors think she's fine. They tell me about it all of the time. They say, how could an awkward guy like you end up with a girl so beautiful? It's nice of you to wish me luck here, but I'm just trying to wash my truck here. Our living room has hardwood floors, cracks in the ceilings, creaky doors. It's kind of hard to get settled down with a 6-foot woman clomping around. A homeless man sleeps on a porch when the weather gets cold in early March. It's the least that we can give, 'cause there's lots of them where we live. Around the corner from the university, there's so much noise from the fraternity. There's so much noise. There's so much noise. Ooh. Our landlord is a mysterious man. He wrote his name on a coffee can, nailed to a board under the deck. That's where we put the rent check. Now some of the creeps from the rich boy frat broke into our house, stole our cat. I did some detective work. The cat was okay, but I found those jerks. And it felt good to beat up on a frat boy. They were impressed and they called me Crazy Cat Boy. You crazy cat boy, such a crazy cat boy. Ooh. My first name is Jonathan. I'll never run in a marathon, and I'll never be on a talk show. Thank you. So that's one of many songs of mine that people find unintentionally funny. I seem to have this inverse proportion to when I'm trying to be serious, sometimes it comes out funny. And when I'm trying to write a funny song, it ends up being so sad and serious. And here's one of those songs that's really hard to tell if it's funny or sad or mean or whatever. It's not mean. It's not a mean-spirited song. It's called Jesus. Oh, I need a pick for this one. Yeah. This is off the album. It's called Jesus. It's a good old-fashioned Appalachian gospel stomp. put the hurt on you. If you don't get right before that final bell, Jesus gonna dump you right straight into hell. No more Mr. Nice Guy, your time is coming soon. You can worship the sun, you can worship the moon, but if he don't recognize you when you show up at the gates, Jesus gonna bounce you out and leave you to your fate. 'Cause everybody's welcome at his door, all the sinners, all the hypocrites and whores. Yeah, Jesus loves everyone, it's true. He loves everyone but you. Jesus, he's on to you. Jesus knows exactly what you do. And if you ain't got a good defense up before the judge, you're gonna find out just how Jesus holds a grudge. He heals the sick, he heals the lame, he heals the blind. Jesus turns the water into wine. But if you don't sober up before it's time, you're gonna serve a heavy sentence for your crime. 'Cause everybody's welcome at his feast, from the greatest to the least. That's from the Bible. Everyone of us is running for those doors. Every soul but yours. Jesus is putting on his game. Oh, he's kicking ass, he's taking names. And if you don't do everything he said, Jesus is gonna come and bust the cap upside your head. 'Cause everybody's welcome at his house. Your sister, your brother, your spouse. Oh, he's coming and he's spreading round the wealth to everyone but your bad self. Oh, Jesus loves everyone, it's true. He loves the pagans, the Gentiles and the Jews and the Muslims too. Jesus loves everyone, it's true. Oh, he loves everyone but you. Jesus loves everyone, everyone but you. Jesus loves everyone. He loves everyone but you.
Right. Not shy.
Thank you.
Wait, I have one last question before we go, John.
Yes.
What do you have against 6-foot-tall women?
Nothing. It's just kind of hard to get settled down.
Thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
playing tonight and talking with me. It's really been a lot of fun.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
And you can get John's music, including his new album, The Beast Is Back, on johnshipe.com or on Bandcamp. My name is Kris. I'm from 92.9. This is live on location on BackYardBend. Thank you so much to Northwest Community Credit Union. And thank you to our crew for producing the show. John, have a safe trip home, and thanks again.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching. Good night.
The first state to ban non-returnable bottles and cans? At Northwest Community Credit Union, we appreciate the uncommon people, places, and events that make Oregon uncommonly great. Join the credit union that believes in uncommon and believes in you.